Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to hit the button, the intro. You know how it goes.
All right, Kuya. Let's do this.
2400 block.
All right, folks. Welcome to the 2400 block, a Johnny Rubes and Company podcast. And for those that are watching on Facebook Live right now, hello. And I got my tag team here with me. I got Christine over there in Oxnard, California. Say hello, Christine.
Hi.
And I got Dan over there in San Antonio. How you doing, Dan? All right, we're going to be talking about mental health awareness. Such an interesting topic. And this is the one that Christine handpicked. So let's make the most of it tonight. All right.
Very
A
important.
little bit of some good silent music here as we're going to be talking tonight about mental health awareness. All right. So what is mental health awareness, Christine? Tell the folks out there what mental health awareness is.
Well, a lot of people have, I wouldn't say problems, but things that, affect their way of life, their days, and it's all in the mentality, like what they're going through, personal issues, or even things with family.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's also, hereditary or like a sickness or an illness. And, even regular, they can look regular, just like me. Like you can look at me and be like, oh, she's so pretty. Nothing's wrong with her. But
Yeah.
I have a lot of skeletons in my closet, and there's a lot of things that you don't know. And, the way that people behave around me, like my kids, for example, oh, it's just a normal day. It's mom, she's super mom. So they'll be, whatever, out of control and everything. But inside, I'm like dying because there's a lot of things that I'm going through. But for them, I have to keep it cool, or when I'm at work, no one can know the secrets behind the face, It's like, oh, hello, sir, how are you? And then they're being like, can we curse on here? They're being like a dick or something.
Oh, go ahead. Feel free to curse.
Then it's like, excuse me, sir, or you have to, be professional, be like, oh, okay, then because some people just, they won't know. So it's up to you and your close-knit group, like your parents, people who matter, your psychiatrist or whoever you're talking to about it. It's your job to keep it between them. And then, I guess, like they say, like nothing's wrong with you. Just play it cool. As for me, my help is my emotional support pet. This is Nexie.
Nice.
She says hi. And
hello, Lexi. Oh,
and
she is so adorable.
It's so
he.
Yeah,
Okay,
my friend told me how to check and see if it's a boy or a girl, and what you do is you lift up their tail and it's their butt. If it's crooked or wretched, then it's a girl. But if it's smooth and round, then it's a boy. And this one's a boy.
Okay. I guess he's saying he's a boy.
Yeah, it's like, get it right. Don't call me a girl ever again.
Nice. How long you've had your cat?
Well, like I said, I didn't even say it. He was there's a cat in the back of the store that I work at in the Navy Exchange. And he was one of the babies of the stray cat that roams around in the back of the store. So there was like a box of them, and there were 2 left. And so it was my turn to leave because it was the end of my shift. And there were 2 cats out there like, Christine, do you want one? And I was like, oh, there's only 2 left. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not taking one unless someone takes the other one. So my coworker goes, okay, fine, I'll take it. So he took one, and then I took this one because the other one I think was I don't know if he was black and white like Nexie was. I think he was more like a gray color. Like, see the gray that's on Nexie? He was like pure that. or I don't even know if it was a he, it was probably a she, and I got him.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Good. You rescued each other.
Yes, exactly.
That's
We
so cool.
rescued each other. So he's like, I didn't rescue you. I'll let him go. He wants to go. But
I'm sure he has a lot of stories to tell.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot
If
of
he knew
stories.
about mental health awareness, you would hear so much from him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Besides what you hear now.
Sometimes too, mental health, it can also not just come from, like hereditary, but like me, I was in a car accident and I was in a coma, we know this already, for almost 3 months. And I was taking a lot of medication, and there was something wrong with the central nervous system in my brain that affects like the memories and, things like that. I had to restart everything from algebra, and I was in statistics in high school. I ended with statistics, and that's when I had my car accident. So I had to go back to college, start everything from the very beginning, like I was a high schooler. And my emotions and everything were affected by the medication that I was taking, because I was taking so much. And to start off with, the psychiatrist that I first had was the wrong one, because he didn't really know medicine. My mom said he's now fired because I guess he wasn't prescribing like the right dosage or anything for the medication. Anyway, I was like not really psychotic, but I was suicidal. And I wouldn't like do something to myself, but I would threaten. I made a lot of threats. And actually I did do something when I would go with my dad to pick up my mom from work. I would try to open the door and jump out while we were on the interstate. And my dad was like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And then he had to get the child locks. So we had to get a whole new car when it came to picking up my mom, because my dad was scared for his life. And knowing all of that now, I feel so bad, because I know I put everyone through a whole mess of stuff, from my car accident to maybe not making it to my behavior now. And I was listening to like Limp Bizkit and cursing all around the house and saying F this, F that, and everything like that. And that all ties into mental health, because if you don't know how to treat it, or you don't know how to behave around somebody, it can go a lot of places. And that's where I was basically. And not only that, my dog died, so I was going through that too.
No.
And my dog, my best friend, his name is Jasper. He's a pit bull Labrador Shar-Pei lab mix. And he passed away, and that was like my best friend ever. And so I was so messed up. And just realizing everything now, it was a long journey, and I went through a lot and took a lot of people with me. And I feel bad, but in a way, a lot of people also learned from me. So in a way, I kind of feel good about it, because my mom said, "Oh, remember that when you were at the hospital, they were saying that you were lifting a lot of spirits up." And so, of course, when you're in the hospital, you're just coming from like a head injury or something. So of course, you're going to be going through all this mental illness and stuff like that. So I kind of raised their spirits too, and it made me feel a little better and kind of not want to kill myself anymore. So there's that. There's my story.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have any experience firsthand with anything like that. But so when you look back at how you were acting back then, do you feel like it's something that you weren't in control of? Like if you look back, it's like it was just you knew what you had to do, but you felt like you couldn't control it, or you think that that's just all you knew back then?
Well, actually, my mom, she said that I was saying a lot of stuff like, she said that I was hearing voices, that I would say I would hear voices. I was like, I did? She was like, yeah, you said you would hear voices and they were telling you to do stuff. And I was like, really? I wasn't even aware of it. See, I wasn't aware of that. So I was just like, oh my gosh, that's really scary. I was like, she said, I couldn't believe how you were behaving, because I know that's not you. I know that wasn't you. And I know it was the psychiatrist who was telling you, and all your helpers. Like who you are today, like I always talk back, and I would never do that. Donner, do you remember me back then? I was shy, right? I was shy, but my mom said I would always be talkative and I would talk back, and I dare talk back. And, coming from a Filipino family, respect, but now I have this mouth on me. And my mom said, actually, I'm kind of glad that you do, but now that you know what you're doing, you can speak up for yourself, and you can speak up for others too. And, I like how the person you become, because now that you can control it, I kind of like that, instead of me being quiet all the time and then you don't know how I'm feeling or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah, you seem to be a cool person. If I could go back in time here, it was like way back in 2003.
Oh yeah, my gosh.
I thought you were very, you were very outgoing. You might be a little bit soft-spoken and a little bit reserved, but you're pretty outgoing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably part of it as well is, you were mentioning, either hereditary, that you can get that way, or through like, circumstances like your accident, but also, culture can have a big part of it. Like you said, being part of a Filipino culture, we're taught to be reserved, to not express how we feel. And usually for mental wellness, sometimes you do need to be able to speak that, because if you keep it bottled up inside, you're only kind of exacerbating that inside yourself. So, culturally, sometimes that could hurt as well.
Sometimes within a Filipino household, there is that pressure, there is that stress. I mean, I know we all seen it in the movies. Sometimes it goes a little bit too far, but
I mean, exaggerated.
I'm sure it has happened in some households, in Filipino households. So I'm sure we all can relate one way or another.
Yeah, you're really not supposed to talk back. You're not supposed to express what you really want. You're supposed to, it's like, I'm not going to be a doctor, Dad. I want to be an artist. Ruben, you're so disrespectful. No,
right? Yeah.
Man, I still remember my mom just continuing to discourage me from what I love, my passion in the arts, and she always keeps saying to me, "You will not get anywhere." So of course, there's that thing where it affects me mentally, and I kind of like just keep thinking, "Oh, what kind of a disappointment I am to her."
Well, I mean, it's like I said, it's a cultural barrier, but I mean, I went through the same thing. It's like you're gonna be in the medical field, and that's what I thought I wanted. And I went to college for 3.5 years, and it took me that long to find out that's not what I wanted at all. So, I was able to break free from that, that cultural boundary. So that helped, and now, being able to work in something that I've always wanted to work in, it took longer than most, being tied down with the Filipino chains, but not that it's bad. It sounds like I'm making it sound like Filipino parents are just holding their kids back, but I mean, really, they're just trying to do what's best for them. But it's hard because they're we were the basically like second generation, so they're trying to cope with trying to fit in with American culture, but also wanting the best for us. So they're like, just be safe, just take the safe route.
And that would make a great topic for another episode. I think we could probably delve further on that.
One second, I'm gonna change the lighting real quick. All right.
Sure. Feel free to adjust like I am right now.
Yeah. John and I will talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah. You want some chocolate ice cream, Dan?
Chocolate ice cream. Wow. That solves everything.
Exactly. I'm trying to get some tomorrow.
Scientifically, it helps. Chocolate, it releases endorphins in your brain.
Really
stimulates the same center of sexual satisfaction in your brain, so it kind of makes you happy. So that's why actually chocolate does help.
Did you catch that, Christine?
Is that better?
You may have to go back then and tell her, since you mentioned it to me. I think
we're talking about saying that
chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, and I just said chocolate in general helps with your emotion, with your mood. It does make you happier, releases endorphins in your brain. I'm sure somebody will tear apart exactly what I'm saying. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. No wonder he didn't make it in the medical field.
No.
So, yeah, I'm a big proponent for chocolate ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see.
Way too many there, Dan. Yeah, the other day I had a mango pomegranate. I'm still continuing to eat that ice cream. It's actually, I think, a sherbet or something like that.
Very nice.
Really good.
And that, that ties it to mental, health. It's like, do things that, outlets that you can enjoy that are nice and safe. Don't, in moderation, of course, to where it's healthy, but, don't keep yourself from enjoying things in life. That's part of keeping yourself mentally healthy.
All right. And for those that listened to the previous episode, I've had my episode last week. That's depression, of course. And it was hard to deal with. It was just hitting me left and right. I mean, I've been sometimes feeling the headaches because I'm just over analyzing or overthinking. And then later on, it just takes me all the way back to the past and the disappointments I've faced. And man, it just pretty much made my week bad. But I've overcome, especially this week. I went to the park. Makes a big difference to go to the park, breathe all that fresh air, take that chance at walking, get some vitamin C shining up on your face,
Vitamin D.
Yeah, vitamin D. Okay.
Yeah. This is vitamin
C. Thanks for correcting me.
Well, I think there's vitamin C in that too.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. The whole periodic table of elements is somewhere around us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I felt great this week. I mean, I feel more upbeat, more confident, more livelier.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
I mean, even that episode from last week just brought out the best in me. I felt like I've awakened or something.
Well, how did it feel getting it off your chest?
Oh man, it felt great. Especially when you talk it over with someone. Especially, you don't have to keep it all balled up to yourself. Because if you keep doing that, you're just continuing to overanalyze things. I'd rather talk to an outlet, like maybe my girlfriend or my best friend of 25 years, the one that you heard there on the podcast, or even a family member. I haven't spoken to my family in a while.
I mean, it helps to talk it out. It's just because when you keep it to yourself, like you said, you build it up in your mind, and it just makes it worse and worse because, in our mind, we're kind of living our own movie. We're the main star. And then, anything that's we think about ourselves becomes grander. So whether it's happiness or whether it's problems, we build it up so much. So when you're able to talk to somebody who's objectively looking at it, they're able to say, hey, it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah. Or, hey, or just telling somebody in general, even if they don't give you any advice, will help a great deal. Just don't keep it to yourself.
Or like what I guess we talked about before, writing about it, or like writing a story or a poem or a song, things like that, just to get it out there, or or even personal, like a journal, have a journal, and it could be poems or just your own thoughts. And if you want to like make that like your little closet and then close it and then put that away and then not think about it ever again. Or if you if you need someone to talk to like a family member, someone you trust,
that's a good point.
About it really, really helps. It does.
Just some way to healthily release it. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't always have to be telling everybody your problems, but it's just if you find some way to release
only
it.
People you really know so well, not releasing it out there to the world like we are right now. But
but people are there, they're your friends for a reason. They're there to help you, so they're there for you, for support, for you to lean on. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of all of your friends. Not me. Yeah. You know what
I mean? That's what they're there for.
Yeah, don't take it the other way, folks. But I mean, it feels good, to get a little bit of some exercise, some fresh air, and then to talk with someone about it. And of course, Christine said, writing a journal. As for me, I went all out. I went to write my book. I put in 3 more chapters. I mean, I was on fire. I went relentless on that. And I guess I live vicariously through the characters. And each one of them have, a certain weakness or a certain strength, and it's good to somehow relate with them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I can put a part of myself almost on each one of these characters that I made.
Yeah. There's so many outlets, like you said, writing a journal, writing a song, writing a novel, exercising, the thing to do is not to mask it, because a lot of people will do that with like alcohol or eating, and that's just masks the symptoms. It doesn't release what's troubling you, So, but yeah, those are all healthy ways to do it. I think about, exercising all the time. I don't do it, but good.
Start today.
Well, there's different types of exercising, like physical exercise and mental exercise.
That's true.
there's also that's also part of mental health. Like, you don't have to physically do everything, but you just have to put your mind in check. And that's how it is, like, especially now, because with mental health awareness comes suicidal, awareness, because it all ties in. It's all one thing. Like, for the military, there are a lot of military deaths because people are committing suicide because nobody wants to hear what they went through. But that's how I am every day at work, because I work at the Navy Exchange. If you just sit and listen to someone's story, that is everything. So when like a boss or a higher up sees me and they see the other person pouring their heart out, and they know what I'm doing, and they know what I'm doing is okay because I'm actually helping that customer, and we should make them want to come back and shop some more and be like, oh, she's pleasant, I'm gonna talk to her. Just being there, making yourself available for somebody, because that's all anybody ever needs, just someone to talk to, someone to tell their story to, someone to tell their problems to. And you don't have to pay like a hand or a leg or arm and a leg for that. It's generally being a good person and just listening, it just takes an ear. And I wish I had that, because I was in my own world when I was going through all my mental illnesses and stuff like that, and I didn't think anybody would understand me. But my mom worked in a hospital, and she was referred to a psychiatrist who saw me, once daily, first daily, then weekly, led to months. Then little by little, I was taking off my medication. And then finally I was off all of my medication because talking to him helped me to, relieve myself of those problems that I was having. And just talking it out, it really helps when you have someone to talk to. So,
it's true.
Yeah.
And not everybody has, even the comfort or the luxury of having somebody to talk to, so that's why it's important that we support, like, these, mental health and suicide prevention, hotlines, because, it may not be somebody but sometimes they just need anybody to listen to.
To listen to. Or a pet, like ESA, emotional support pet, the one that next to you, because when nobody was here, he knows, and it's like they just know. They have like this intuition, pets.
True.
They know what's wrong with you, and they know how to make you feel better. Like, they'll behave themselves, or they'll cuddle up to you, or they'll rest their chin on you, or anything like that just releases the endorphins, or the serotonin, or whatever, the feel good vibes, chemicals, and it just it just lightens everything up, and you're okay already.
True.
Yeah, that's going to be the word now, endorphin. I'm going to have to look that up again.
Endorphins.
Get some ice cream afterwards.
That's also an endorphin, because it makes you feel good, right? It's an endorphin. Yep. Now I want ice cream.
See? Contagious.
Oh man, we're gonna have to do this one time. We're gonna have to all simultaneously bring chocolate ice cream.
There you go. Anytime.
I have Neapolitan.
We can just like make this episode on Facebook Live, and people will just be looking at us just eating ice cream. Because
they're going to want ice cream.
Because Dan encouraged it.
And then everybody's going to be eating ice cream at the same time, and the world peace.
Yeah. It's going to go viral.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When do we start?
Start today.
Some ube ice cream.
You had ube ice cream, Dan?
I had it before, yeah. Haven't had it in a long time, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I tasted it only just one scoop, but one little spoonful. That was about it.
You have it with the macapuno, the coconut.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have it with the coconut pieces, or just ube?
Yes. No, with the coconut
for me.
pieces.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, look at that. Went from mental health to purple yams.
Wow, and in just like less than 30 seconds. Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen.
Sure.
I think you're probably like the most wisest of all of us, Dan, right? I know you probably don't face too much of this mental health thing, right?
I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have my own issues or have gone through them. But one thing that helped me, and it's people are different. Some people have, there's different degrees of what they're going through, and some people will really need professional help. They can't just do it themselves. But luckily I've been blessed to not have any issues that severe. One thing that did help me is understanding that I can't please and support everybody. And that's kind of what a lot of people get stressed about, because they're trying to be the rock for everybody else, and they don't check themselves and make sure that they're happy. So I try as much as I can, but, to be a good friend, to be support for people. But, it's my own mental health and my own wellness and my own family's well-being that comes first. So that makes that's a big part of it. The other thing I learned is not trying to please people. Everybody stresses out because they care about what other people think, and you hear about it all the time now, especially with kids. They're worried about their peers, about their classmates, like, what do they think if, I don't have the right shoes?
Fitting in.
Yeah. So it's like, if you're able to let go of that and just kind of live your life for yourself, then it helps. So
it starts with you.
I'm only in control of me. I can't control what other people do, what other people think about me. So I really don't care now.
Nor should you care, right? Nor should you care.
So
that's what I need to work on. I'm just too attached to people, and then I start, not taking care of myself. That's my biggest weakness. Got too
Never
much of a
forget about yourself.
Yeah.
But it helps people in a way, because whether I'm at work or whatever with my friends, it's like people open up to me because I'm not always talking about myself or my problems, and I know that's what a lot of people need. So people don't know it, but even the people who are close to me at work, they don't realize they don't know anything about me, because I don't really need to talk about myself. I will, if there's an issue, I'll turn, that's what my wife is for. My wife is my soulmate. It's my first person I'm going to turn to. But like I said, at work, people realize, oh, he's not talking about himself. He's not always worrying about what people think about him. So I have a problem, and let me turn to him. And if it helps them, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm very passive at work. I don't really say much. I just, go do the job. Once I clock in and clock out, that's it. I'm done. I made money. I'm grateful. I'm blessed.
But I think when you become like, I think people sense that when they see that you're not about, they sense that when somebody's open and receptive to hearing them, because so many people have just opened up to me about deep issues. I don't even ask them, they just, and I'm just willing to listen. I don't always give them advice because I don't know anything about their situation, but they know that I'm here to listen if they need it. So
cool, you Dan.
Cool, yeah. Nice.
Oh man,
I think it's Uncle Dan now, isn't it?
Uncle Dan.
It's Tito Dan.
Tito Dan.
Yeah, I think to us though, you're just a kuya, because you're like a big brother to us.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Maybe her kids would call you uncle.
Yeah, my kids.
Let me tell you, when I went to the Philippines in 2000, last time I went was 2016. I met my it was my cousin's son and his wife. And I think it was the first time I was meeting his wife. She blessed me. She took my hand and she blessed me. It's like, am I that old? Am I Lolo Dan?
Oh my gosh.
It's like, why are you blessing me?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, and she was, I don't know, 30.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes, it's not like, no, yeah. Sorry, I meant to preface it. She wasn't like 4. She was like 30.
Oh, if it was 4, I understand. But 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like 30.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay, for those of you who aren't Filipino, blessing is the manopao is when you take your elder's hand and put it to your forehead as a sign of respect for your older relatives.
I wouldn't say older.
There you go, folks. Filipino 101.
There you go.
That's one of the first things. First of many.
Okay.
Man, you need some water, Dan? Because I'm going to be drinking water just like Christina's right
No.
now.
Got my Yeti? Got my water.
Oh. Cheers.
To drink 128 ounces a day.
I might just water.
Oh, feels good.
She's got the fancy flavored water.
It's just water. Oh yes, the circle.
She's got the TikTok water.
TikTok water, yeah.
TikTok water. Okay. By the way, Christine, since we're all like in different places now, doesn't it feel a little, doesn't it feel different mentally in some ways? Like since we're all living in different areas now. I mean, to me, yeah, in a way it is. I mean, because of what went on in my life. In Virginia, I'm just accustomed to everybody. Everyone knows me and I know them. But over here, it's like, I'm pretty much work a whole lot. I don't really have that much friends. Maybe there's a few here and there that you see on my Facebook timeline. But other than that, that's it. I don't really spend too much time doing leisure activities. Well, yesterday was a little bit different. I haven't been to the park in like the longest time, like while walking around, getting the peace of mind that I needing that break. But does change of scenery make a difference mentally speaking?
I think it does. For one, my parents aren't here, and there are a lot of people that I left behind. So it's a kind of a good thing and a bad thing, and more of like an experience because here, like I said, I'm going through a divorce. So like you have that person to run to and talk to. I had that person. So now I could say, like, I guess it's making me stronger because I'm having to do this all on my own. And it's kind of sad too when you think about it. But see, I run to God. He's my go-to person. Like he knows what's going on. He knows everything already. I'm very prayerful. I'm very religious. I'm very prayerful. I'm Catholic, but it doesn't mean anything. I just like to, I like to sit down and be alone with God, tell him my problems, and he shows me the way. And I have friends that I talk to over here too, and of course my friends back home in Virginia, which is another thing. There are people that I left in Virginia and people that I miss in Virginia. And there's a difference because the people that I left were, essentially the people that were also giving me a hard time. And when I'm here, I'm on my own, I'm by myself, I'm fending for myself, and I have a family of my own now. I have kids of my own and I'm helping them out. But it's always nice when I get a visit, especially from my parents who helped me. And, in a way, I'm kind of glad because I'm not, if they're stressing at home, I know I'm not the problem unless it's because they miss me or something. But, it's like now I can live my life, but now that I'm living my life, like I don't have that other person I can talk to. I'm basically just here with my kids and talking on the phone, like at now, talking to you guys, and it makes me feel like I'm somebody rather than nobody, which also affects your mentality. When you feel like you're the cause or you're the problem, really takes a toll on you. But then when you realize that actually, no, you're not, you're actually helping someone else out who's probably going through the same thing, then you realize that your place on the earth is somebody, you're somebody going through something to help somebody out. And you're being, a role model, or, you're being, a counselor to somebody they can run to. They don't have the money to go to somebody, really just like we were talking about, just someone to talk to. And that's really what it is. Instead of spending money to talk to a counselor because of what I'm going through, I just talk to my friends and we talk about it. And it's divorce, no one wants to go through it. Unfortunately, I am. And the way that I'm going through with it is through prayer. And I don't even talk about it much because it's personal. I just go through prayer and maybe talk to Nexi about it. So he's like, oh no. So like he's been avoiding me. Right? He's been avoiding me because he knows, like, I sit down with him on my lap and I talk to him, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm hungry. And that's about it. But I could tell you right now, if this was me back then, I'd feel so low. I'd feel so suicidal. I'd feel so helpless. And I'd probably need really professional help. But since I've been through that already due to my car accident, I kind of know how to, weigh things out and separate things and, make myself whole again, I guess.
Well, by the way, Christine, I'm one of your friends, and I do miss you.
I miss you too.
Oh. I'm just not in Virginia. I'm not in Virginia right now, but I'm in Chicago, but I miss you.
Yeah. I'm in California.
You're still connecting. Look.
Yep.
You're still connecting this way,
I miss you too, Dan.
Yeah.
And I miss you from the last episode.
I miss you more, John.
Oh, it's so good to see the gang reunited back here since April. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
2400 Block Podcast. This is Johnny Rubes. And once again, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you got Dan and you got Christine over there.
Christine brought up a good point. Spirituality, that's a good, it's a really good thing to turn to. I mean, of course, not everybody, can embrace it, and it's not for everybody. But if it is something in your life, there's different ways to celebrate spirituality too. You can be, some people say, well, I'm not really about religion. Well, you don't have to be religious to be spiritual. You can still have your connection with God, or, and not have to think about, well, I have to follow everything that a certain religion tells me to do. It's, to me, how you celebrate spirituality, whether you do or don't, is very personal. But if it's a way to help you, cope with stress and, some of your mental issues that you're having, then to me, it can only help. So
yeah, it's like praying. Like my spirituality, I do novenas, which is like a book of prayers that you say, and the rosary. I pray the rosary, or I do Divine Mercy with my boys every day because of this COVID pandemic thing, and it helps us. It helps us look for a brighter future. And some people don't think Divine Mercy. What is that? You can look it up and it'll tell you, things that you need to do it. And I know it's like a Catholic thing, but I know some people who aren't Catholic who do it. I mean, it's not a sin, but it's not a sin. There is no but. If you go to it and you want to pray it, go ahead and do it. Or simply just talking to God, or just talking to a higher up, whoever. I'm not gonna, whoever you believe in, just talking. I'm not sure how other religions or other faiths do that, but it's basically just looking to your leader and talking, basically. So
sometimes I do a pep talk to myself, as if I'm like I don't know, as if I was like the one from above, talking to myself and talking about my weakness and just trying just to build more confidence into him, me, the me that's weak. And just yesterday, I was saying to myself, wow, it just feels different, not having these friends around. And there was these 3 friends that I know, and they all passed away within a 4-year span. And each one actually did their best to keep in touch with me right before they passed away. And I missed that a whole lot. And that to me was like, their gift to me. And after I mentioned their names, a few hours later, and there's like these butterflies. I'm like, that is so cool. It's like, it's just going all around me. I kind of think of that symbolically, like they're around, their presence is around.
Yeah. I believe that.
So it's good to talk myself in the third person. Like, hey, John, you all right, buddy? Yo, man. Sometimes I even think of myself like the Holy Spirit. Yo, John, this is the Holy Spirit, man. You better do the right thing, man. I'm just like, I do that all the time, like before work. Now people at work know what I do. Now they think I'm crazy.
There is at work, by the way, at work, where I work, there's a mirror, and it's like, do you have your mask on? So it's like little reminders that, just do you look nice? Sometimes they have different messages up there, but just so that you can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I got this, then you can go out there on the floor and sell, help customers, whatever. Just, it's nothing narcissistic or anything like that. It's looking at yourself and building confidence.
There you go.
Is what you want to do. Build confidence. Just look at yourself and be like, you got this. You can do it. High five. You got this. Do it. So that's our little mirror at work.
Then you see that thing on the chart right there with these acronyms that your work gives you. Right beside the work policy, the work pay, and all that. You see all this stuff that they give you, these values, these core beliefs. Yeah.
And OSHA standards.
Mask standards. Oh my goodness. So this,
But sure,
we're doing a good talk so far. Go ahead, Dan.
I think so. No, I was going to say, that's a good thing that you brought up about confidence, because confidence it's kind of contagious within yourself. It's like once you kind of get that little bit of confidence, it just kind of grows and grows and it snowballs. And it's like, and before you know it, it's like you're doing things that you didn't think that you could do. I grew up being kind of introverted, and just being afraid to express myself or being afraid to talk to certain people. And I don't have the problem now. I had to work at it, but it shows. And like I said, and people see that, and it's kind of infectious too. It's like, if you're confident and you're happy and you're motivated, it kind of, helps everybody, puts them in that mood as well,
Yeah.
Contagious. Confident, contagious.
Contagious, the other word.
Don't put a mask. Don't
you
put
know
a
what
mask
that
on
means.
Confidence. I know it's the wrong word to use right nowadays.
I'm so sorry. And I wasn't wearing a mask when I said it. Don't have my job.
I wore my mask today. How about you, Dan?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I mean, it's I actually had a friend in the Philippines who had passed away unexpectedly, probably last week, maybe about 9 or 10 days ago. I think he was 36, and I mean, he was relatively healthy, and it was just such a sudden shock because he was like the life of the party and always a funny guy. I mean, honestly, I hadn't even met him in real life. I chatted with him a few times, and we kind of knew each other through a group setting, but everybody was just so shocked. And it's like so yeah, I'm wearing my mask because who knows what's going to happen. Plus I paid for the mask, so I'm going to wear it.
And these variants, you got to look out for the variants too, because the variants make it easier to catch it. That's why a lot of people are, getting sick again, because there was that whole COVID, and then people were dying. And then there was that line where everything was okay. And then all of a sudden these variants come, and then more people are getting sick. And now it's like, you have to get vaccinated. And that's what it is, a lot of people don't want to because of who knows, whatever it is that's bothering them, that the way that they think or whatever. It's like I heard like, I was watching the news, or I was looking online, and like they have like a tracking device in the shot or in the vaccine, so they can like track you wherever you're at. I'm like, really? I'm like, really? People believe that? I'm like, oh my gosh. So like, but well, you see, this is where I had the vaccine. There's nothing there anymore, and I'm well. I'm healthy. If I have a cold, then I'm like better within the next week. But with these variants too, if you were vaccinated either with Moderna, Pfizer, or I don't know if the other ones help too, or you have to get like that second shot or that third shot.
The booster shot.
Yeah, the booster shot. They haven't said anything to us yet, but if you are vaccinated then and you get infected with the variant, it won't harm you as much as if you weren't vaccinated. So these variants are, like I said, more contagious. They're easier to catch. And if you're not vaccinated, the more harsh it is for you. So the more you have to take care of yourself, practice good hygiene and everything like that. But, for the majority, everyone is vaccinated, but there's still those one or two people who aren't. And then it's just like, what can you do to help them but to say, get vaccinated? And, I don't know how it's going to be, but there was a coworker I had that was just like, and now like same with work. Now you can't work unless you are vaccinated. So if you are in a job, and now they're having these protests like, oh, no, say no, do this, don't give in, or don't give in, whatever, blah, blah, whatever. I'm like, really? I'm like, well, people believe so much in that. It's like pro-choice, like abortions and stuff like that. Now it's like this vaccine, So it's like, really, can you really think about that? It's just like the flu, you didn't have a problem when you had to take your child to get a flu shot because now they're required to take flu shots before they go to school, and now they're requiring COVID shots before you go to school.
Yeah.
For those 12 and up, for those who are safe enough. Plus that, you're protecting those who are, not immune to it, who can't get vaccinated. So we're talking about your children or someone else's child. If you're walking around unvaccinated and you have the disease on you, you're potentially going to affect a child who cannot get vaccinated yet because it's not safe for them yet, or they haven't found something that's safe for them yet to get vaccinated with. You have to think about these things, and you have to realize what you're doing and what type of a monster or person you are, instead of, oh, I'm not doing it because I don't have to. People's rights. God damn it, people's rights. And it's like, people's rights. What about children's rights? Their right to live. They didn't ask for this. Yet you're bringing that to them and you're putting them in harm's way. What about now?
That's a good point because, like I said, because the kids who were too young to get a vaccine, so they can't be protected. I mean, I'll admit, when it first came out, I'm like, okay, well, I know that you can't say that it's 100% safe just because the testing wasn't there. Having gone through college, in the medical field, I was like, I know that you can't have the terms of testing unless you actually had tested it for that amount of time. You can't just say, well, theoretically, it should be safe. But I still got it because I said, it's the right thing to do. This is, my personal belief, because you're right, I'm protecting other people. And if it's just the off chance, because people are saying, well, you could still get it even though you had a vaccine. Well, I'd rather have my odds be better than worse, So, so I got it. And plus, free Krispy Kreme when you show your vaccination
card. There you go, free Krispy
Kreme. But in that's really what helped. But, and just even the flip side of that, even the people who got vaccinated suddenly just went crazy because they said, I had the vaccine, so mask off, I'm going to go to a concert now. It's like, you still have to be safe, you still have to be careful, it's like it's not an end all be all. So and this is why there's so many people that are on very extreme opposing sides of it, because people are doing crazy stuff on both sides. And they're like, well, you said this and that's not true. And then, and then, which may be true, and maybe somebody exaggerated, but it's just, I don't know. It's just such a crazy time we're living in. It's like, I wish it would, all just go away, but it's, unfortunately it's not. It's like we have something we have to live with, and I mean,
we have to live with, and we have to learn from. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why things are happening, because nobody's learning anything. Maybe
You're
they're
right.
like one or two people that are like, oh, okay, yeah, let's get vaccinated. And then they learn that, right now I have an uncle and an aunt in Alaska that are still sick with COVID. And, I don't know what it is, but we're praying for them that everything will be all right. One of them has an underlying disease. So that's my uncle. He's still in the hospital. My auntie got released. So, I don't know if you have COVID, can you still get the vaccine, or do you have to wait till you're free from COVID to get the vaccine?
Yeah. I think I knew somebody who had it, and he had to wait until like a certain amount of days before he could get the vaccine, like 14 days.
Okay. So then I guess they didn't get a chance to get vaccinated yet. And now they have it. They have COVID, and it's just a waiting game now. That's what it becomes. Sorry.
I can understand the apprehension, just like I said, because sometimes people will be like, well, I've got this, really serious asthma. And, what if it's, they have, because it's hard to say that it's perfect for everybody, because everybody's different. People have different symptoms, but and it's like, like I said, I might as well increase my odds and get the vaccine anyway. It's just so, but of course, yeah. That's the thing, there are the people who are kind of apprehensive because they're scared of what the effects may be, but they kind of get lumped in with the people who are like, it's my choice. It's like, it's not the same people,
Yeah.
So
everybody's different.
Yeah, so they do have their, but I just educating people would help, because my friend that did pass away, I think in his family, 3 other people got it. And I don't think any of them were vaccinated. And one of them, she's in the hospital, and the other 2 were like, recuperating at home. It's like, so is this going to, urge you to go ahead and, influence you to actually get the vaccine now? It's like, because like I said, my friend he didn't have any, as far as I know, he didn't have any underlying conditions. And like I said, he was only 36. He wasn't like, 65 with emphysema. So, and I don't even think he was in the hospital that long. I mean, I don't know for sure, but, I think it was just all of a sudden, when he passed away. So I only urge people that think about it to get into vaccine for yourselves, not not just because you may spread it to other people, but, care about people. I don't want people to die, that's all it is.
Man, people are like affected mentally just because of the vaccine, no matter what side they're on. Wow, everyone's just messed up in the head.
I know.
Yes.
And I know there's that fear, for some people, and then there's the hostility, the anger.
And it doesn't help that, that we have like, you see on social media, it hasn't become about fighting it. It's become about arguing it.
Yeah.
People aren't, our main goal should be just to stop it, not to say who's right or who's wrong. It's just like, let's figure out a way to stop it. And that's all I see on social media is people debating and fighting. They just want to be right. I was like,
that's all news is now. It's not even factual reporting anymore. It's all about opinions for the next hour.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when we were watching news in the 80s, it's like,
headline news or something.
You had nothing but just the straight news and maybe 5 minutes about the editorial piece. That's it. But now everything's the editorial piece.
Yeah, everyone's just so full of it.
I just want to be happy. I just want to go back to the days when, you could be happy. Everybody they didn't care about, they played with each other. They played on the street. And no matter, what color anybody was, you didn't care, you didn't pick on anybody because they didn't have the right shoes or whatever. You just played and, you went home and you watched
Wait for the street lights to come on.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of kids enjoyed their chocolate ice cream.
No, they went to the candy lady and they got the frozen fruit popsicles.
Push-ups, the push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nice.
Well, I hope everyone's been feeling well, you know.
So, you know, like I said, I just want peace for everybody.
World peace.
You know,
World
I want us to
peace.
get
Come
along.
on, everybody.
World
I want us to
peace.
get along. I went on social media. I went on Facebook to try to, you know, find old friends and find out what everybody's up to. And now it's just the platforms for people to argue with each other. It's like,
Yeah.
sad. I just want to see pictures of people, how they look now, you know?
Yeah.
Then and now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say to yourself, man, oh my goodness, she was amazing back then. Now you're like, oh, I'm glad I wasn't part of that in the later years.
Aww.
Sometimes people are like that. I even went to a club and I had a crush, just like any of these guys had a crush on particular someone back in middle school or elementary school. I mean, she was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward and you're like in your 30s, you're in the club, you're like, oh my goodness, what happened? You know, I mean, she was pretty. I mean, she was like really hot, and all of a sudden, I'm like, wow. You know, I'm just sorry to say that, everyone, but sometimes it is a shock if you haven't seen someone in years, and next thing you know, they don't turn out to be.
Oh, great! Now I don't want to see anybody.
You're right. I've seen that happen all the time. Usually they're talking about me, but yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I was never hot.
So modest.
And Dan had that slick back hair. I mean, he just combed his hair that way, and he was like the man. You do remember, Christine, that me and Dan were coworkers, right? Did I told you we were coworkers, that we were bagging in the commissary? Yeah, that's how
the commissary.
Wait,
bagging
in the commissary? Wait,
NOB. You're in NOB.
We're in NOB.
Oh, in NOB. I was thinking Little Creek. I'm like, wait a second.
No.
I'm like, wait, you were a bagger?
Yeah.
I knew a lot of baggers in Little Creek. I don't remember you.
No, yeah. We were all at the NOB.
Yeah, we were all at NOB.
Okay.
So
then we're rivals then.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Well, we had a movie theater where we were.
Mm-hmm.
We did too.
Right, we had main gate.
Little Creek too, but theirs was very small.
But you see, it was just a walk away to the movie theater, which is like right across the street from the Exchange.
Well, ours was like in Little Creek. It's like make a left turn and a right turn, and then go straight, and it was right there. It's across the street from the gym, so you can eat up and then you can go work out. Check it out. There.
Check it out.
I gotta represent LC.
There you go. I won't take that away from you. That's where the Navy SEALs train. So.
Oh yeah, really? So, oh yeah, that's right.
Little Creek.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how I met my estranged husband, because he was a Navy SEAL, and I guess
No, he kicked ass. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, he kicked some serious ass. Yeah.
Did.
There you go.
So yeah. Thank him for his service, but he doesn't deserve you.
Oh, he said that. I didn't say
it. That really boosts my emotions.
Yeah, it's amazing how,
helping your mental
just
health.
A simple conversation can make a huge difference.
Yes.
I mean, even a podcast makes a big difference too, because everyone's listening.
We could be helping somebody right now.
If it helps one person,
Yep.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there needs help and just need someone to talk to, go out there and talk to them, to him or her.
Yeah.
We should put our emails up so they can email. I will be flooded.
No, we should put the National Suicide Prevention line up there.
Yeah.
Maybe I will after I maybe edit this video. I'll try to do my best.
Okay.
Or maybe Dan can just pull in the screenshot here. He's so good at screenshots.
You're good at it. You guys are good at it.
Well, I'll put it in the chat.
So for those listening in the audio podcast, you won't be able to see anything. But for those that are watching us on Facebook Live right now, maybe Dan will pull up a visual here. Not an old video of us in the commissary.
No. Here, I'll read out the number. It's easier. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 800-273-8255.
Cool.
Wait, I just sent it to. I'm supposed to send it to everybody. Why didn't I?
You sent it to me.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of messages am I sending?
Great.
I wanted to send it to everybody. How do I send it to? Oh, here it is. Everyone. Sorry. Stupid.
There's someone in the chat. Wait, that was it. Oh, there it is. 800-273-8255.
There it is.
There you heard it, everyone. 1-800-273-8255, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline.
There you go.
I love that.
Yeah, if anybody feels some,
your voice is just like the
to...
announcer voice. Oh my God.
They don't need, yeah, they could just listen to your voice all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that makes a big difference there, folks. And I want to try to add that along with the episode here when I post it on Facebook. I'm going to put the number there right with the post. So, man, what a great episode we have here. I mean, we spoke for over an hour now, and
over an hour?
I feel so great. All the endorphins in myself right now.
Serotonin, endorphins. What are the other ones?
my eyebrows are on fleek too.
Oh, wow.
My God, yes, they are.
Whoa.
On fleek.
I did not notice that.
Do that? Did you just do that? You just like oh. Hey, you're messing with the effects. How do you do that?
That is amazing. I thought that was really like real eyebrows at first. I wasn't even paying attention.
I was like, hey, where is that?
It's under. So if you click on the little triangle by your camera, and then say choose video filter, and then when that comes up, choose studio effects. Wait, let me take off this lip color. Sorry. Oh wait, I don't have the lip color. Yeah, choose studio effects, and they have eyebrows, mustache, and beard, and lip color. That's how you do it.
Oh, Thug life.
There we go.
Here, check out my filter. Look at this. There you go.
Oh my God, his glasses are gone.
Yeah, I took off my glasses, folks. For those that are listening to the audio podcast, that was my filter right there.
Here's my filter.
Oh yeah.
This is the C's candy. Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh, C's. Oh, nice.
C's candy, yeah.
Wow.
C's is good. It's no Pulverone, but it's good.
Oh my God, Pulveron. Ruby Pulveron. Oh my God.
Hey, for those that are not Filipino, you have to clue these people in. Especially those that are watching us right now or listening.
Yes, what is Pulverone?
Yeah, what is it?
The powdered candy. Actually, my grandma used to make it. It's like flour and sugar and vanilla extract maybe, and then you pound it into like a shape. You can make it whatever shape you want to, and then let it harden, and it becomes like this Filipino treat, Filipino candy. I know Goldilocks. Goldilocks is like a brand of Filipino brand of goodies. They make pulveron, and it is so yummy. There's a lot of ube things too.
Just don't put the whole thing in your mouth. Otherwise, it's like the cinnamon challenge.
You'll choke. If you swallow it, you'll choke because it'll dry your
coughing powder.
Yeah.
Your cat is floating.
Wow. Your cat is moving.
See, it's like the emotional.
It's amazing.
Wow, talented.
That's my son, Loa.
Hello,
Loa. This is the 2400 block. Hey, how's it going there, Loa?
He can't hear you because my earphones are in.
Well, he'll hear the playback.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he'll hear the playback. So where's the other twin?
Oh, Kea. Where's Kea? He's in the room.
Okay. Just want to make sure your boy's at home.
Yes, they're home.
Gosh, makes me want to have a cat.
His house. Oh, you should. Emotional support pets are everything. I mean,
you have a Grogu. You don't need a cat.
Oh, oh, look at Dan. He's got a bird.
I think Nexie wants to eat it. Oh, here, take him.
Sorry, I'm just having fun with Zoom filters.
I can't. I think I need to update my Zoom. Where do you get the filters?
I mean, Yeah, if it's not there, like I said, it should be if you click on the little up arrow by your camera.
By my camera?
Yeah, like the camera button on the bottom, how you have mute and stop video.
Oh, okay, yes.
So there's a little caret, a little up arrow. If you click on that and say choose video filter.
Oh, oh, I'm about to have fun.
Oh, she's gonna be here for the next half hour.
Hey, this is a way to handle mental awareness right here. Just
it is
just by these visuals, yeah.
Then
just
what?
by these filters.
I don't know. Keyboard shortcuts. So
you can choose your virtual backgrounds or virtual filters.
Background and filters.
So you see virtual backgrounds and virtual filters. Is virtual filters available to you?
No, I think I have to update.
You need to update.
Yeah, I need to update. So after this, I'm gonna update. I was like, I don't see it. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I have audio effects.
There's audio effects? No, or does that say studio effects?
Oh, studio. Sorry.
That's where you get your eyebrows.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, studio effects.
Oh.
Can you click on that?
Oh no, it says download video studio effects. I can, but I don't want to do it now because I am afraid it's gonna do something.
They have all these mustaches and beards, and you can't tell the difference when I add it. Okay. There you go.
You are the man.
It's your affirmations.
Trying to get the word out. See, I was just showing Dan this link. It's called the Blip or something like that, and the Blip billboard.
Oh, yeah.
And man, I mean, imagine making that money, and then you're given the chance to show your to promote something on your billboard like this podcast. I mean, imagine that, getting the word out, getting to see this. Getting to see the word Dan. He can just put the word Dan and people will be like, what is that? At least it's getting people's attention. All right. So here we are, folks. We're on Facebook Live right now, and you're probably wondering what's going on. Behind me is the logo of myself, featuring myself. Look at me. I'm all GQ there. Look at that.
Yeah. It looks like Abercrombie and Fitch, actually. Yeah. Remember that? Abercrombie?
Oh.
United Colors of Benetton. Les Coq Sportif.
Okay, time to take that guy out.
Sorry, I changed my shirt. Sorry.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah, virtual background. I mean, I could use some other background.
Not really.
Oh,
that's cool.
That is awesome.
I was like, whoa, what just happened? I was like, Zam.
I was like, which was the real Dan?
Oh, wait. What is it? It's your doppelganger.
Yeah, doppelganger.
Your doppelganger. So are you or is it your doppelganger we're talking to?
You'll never know.
I am me and you are you.
I am me.
Let me take one of my logo reject here. Just to see how it looks. Okay.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you just say logo reject?
Yeah, I mean, these are like one of the drafts that I had, but the only one thing that was a problem was that you see the word 24, it looks kind of like jagged, the line. So that's why I did.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
It's a little,
it looks a little bit bad. That's how I critique my work.
Okay.
It's the 2400 Bluke.
Yeah.
I can't see because your head. It's the Bluke.
All right. Time to take that guy out of there too. All right. Sweet.
Sorry.
Oh, what a great episode we had.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Should have dressed up for it. Sorry. It's wearing my old t-shirt.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Smoky.
It's Friday.
Smoky.
It's Friday.
Oh, man. Let me just do this in closing. But we'll still keep talking, though. But I'm just going to do this thing in closing. I'll be editing this thing anyway.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, folks, for listening to the 2400 Block podcast, Johnny Reeves and Company podcast. Oh, hold on. Let me try this again. All right. There you
Take
go.
two.
That's what happens when you're live. You know, you're just hitting the wrong buttons, making sure that, you know. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this latest podcast episode about mental health awareness. Once again, thank you very much to Christine and Dan. And we hope to have them again in the next episodes to come. So everyone listening, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be well.
Peace.